Hey folks, so yesterday I had an opportunity to interview some of the anti-Maduro activists who were outside the United Nations General Assembly. These are Venezuelans who want to violently overthrow the Venezuelan government and topple the leader and replace the leader with the US-backed figure Juan Guaido. So keep in mind, these aren't just random Venezuelans. These are folks that came all the way to New York City to protest outside the United Nations. And you'd be surprised what these folks have to say. The level of dishonesty is quite massive. This is what I heard from anti-Maduro regime change activists outside the United Nations.
We live in a really hard situation there in Venezuela. We want justice in our country.
Okay. And who's to blame for the situation?
Of course, it's Maduro.
We have repression, we have communism.
Can you tell me about the repression?
Yeah, the repression. I used to be a leadership in my university. They follow me out so many times that I go shoot by bullet tear gas.
What is this for, the State Department?
No, I'm an independent blogger. I have a YouTube channel.
And how are you going to use it?
I'm asking you. I'm going to post it on YouTube.
On YouTube?
Yeah. So why are you here today?
In English or Spanish?
English. Now, did you hear what he just said? He said, "Are you from the State Department?" Right? He sees some white guy in a suit with a camera and thinks I'm from the State Department. These are not just grassroots activists. These are not just random people, right? This movement to bring down Maduro is not a revolution from below. These people are deeply, deeply embedded with the U.S. government, with the U.S. intelligence agencies. This is a regime change operation. He sees me and says, "Oh, are you at the State Department?" But it gets much better. Wasn't Chavez elected?
He was elected originally, but then he sold Venezuela and he changed the constitution several times. The last elections were all rigged.
How were they rigged?
Huh?
How were they rigged?
They were rigged with, the computer system, the computer, everything.
They don't respect private property. They don't respect the freedom of the people, and they don't respect the life.
Okay, now I've been to Venezuela.
Yeah,
when I was in Venezuela, I saw ads on television for the mood. I saw opposition demonstrations taking place. Why is it a dictatorship?
Because it's not an easy thing to talk about it.
But no, I saw elections taking place.
I can still show you conversations with journalist people.
Yeah.
I can show you so many contexts and so much information that is already explained on internet.
Juan Guaido, right, says he's the president.
Yes, absolutely.
And he's being supported by the United States.
Yes.
If I was in the United States here and I said that I was the president and I had Venezuela and North Korea backing me, I would be in prison right now. So how is it a dictatorship?
No. This is a different situation.
Venezuela is a dictatorship.
So why is Juan Guaido walking around saying he's the president, funded by the United States, and he's not killed? If I did that in America, which is a democratic country, if I said I was the president and I had Venezuela backing me, I would go to prison. Any other country, he'd be in jail.
Our government is not that stupid. They know if they touch Guaido, something's gonna happen.
Why have members of the opposition, like yourself, been caught burning food and destroying food warehouses, trying to starve your own people so that you can overthrow the government?
We're not burning food.
What?
So
it's fake news, it's lies, you haven't burned any food, they haven't caught you burning warehouses?
It's common sense, bro.
The Venezuelan opposition has been caught with warehouses full of food they keep from the people because they want a crisis so they can overthrow Maduro.
No, that's not
They
true.
lit the food truck on the border on fire. Did you see the video?
But that wasn't the opposition. It was the government.
The New York Times even says it was the opposition.
No, well, New York Times can be wrong.
So they're part of a conspiracy to help Maduro?
That's a conspiracy to help Maduro. Maduro has the support more than 80% of the people.
80% of the people support Guaido.
Of the people support Guaido.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Right, you're serious. 80% support Guaido.
80% of population
What
support
poll
Guaido.
showed that?
What's that?
What poll showed that?
What?
How did you determine 80% of the people support Juan Guaido?
Why determine 80% of the people? Because if the people has no able to fly.
How did you determine? You just said 80% of the people support Guaido.
80% of the people.
How did you do a poll?
You told.
What is that based
on? It's because I believe so.
You believe it?
I believe it.
Oh, you believe it? Okay.
I believe it.
Now, I'm a reporter. If I got on TV and made up numbers because I believed it, I would lose my job.
No, you don't have to make. Well, you're a reporter. I'm not.
Oh, okay.
You're a reporter. Your obligation is different than mine.
Right. I have to tell the truth. You don't. Before Chavez, before Maduro, it was good.
The relationship it functioned at least better. At least it was there was a functioning democracy oligarchy.
They're killing me.
How?
They're not
You look-
giving-
you look fine.
What? Because I'm in America. Right.
So they were trying to kill
Thank
you?
you. I came here and I have AIDS. You know what I have AIDS? Because my government never gave me medication to survive.
So
You know,
the
that's-
Venezuelan government gave you AIDS.
No, the Venezuelan government don't give me the medication to survive.
The U.S.
When it's my
government
right.
blocks that medicine from
No,
getting there.
that was
In fact,
before that.
Cuba is leading the world in
Sensation
AIDS
listen,
treatment.
I came
Cuba
here,
leads the world
I came
in AIDS
here
treatment.
10 years ago, and the sensation started 5 years ago.
Okay.
And I came here 10 years
So
ago.
why does
and they
Cuba
already-
have some of the most advanced treatment for
No,
AIDS
but that's
of any
not
country
true.
in the world?
That's not true.
Oh, it's not true.
That's
Okay.
not true.
All right.
Who are you reporting for?
Who am I reporting for? It's
Yeah,
for
yeah.
my YouTube channel.
And what is your YouTube channel about?
My YouTube channel. I
About
cover
what?
international news, all kinds of
Huh?
things. I've been to Venezuela. I've seen what's actually going on there, right? And I don't want another war. And you guys are out here campaigning for my government to invade Venezuela, for people my age to go and die in a new war, and I don't want that.
It will not be just the United States, it will be a coalition.
Oh, it'll be a coalition that'll invade Venezuela.
Yeah.
So you want your own country to be invaded.
At this moment,
So
yes.
how's Libya doing since their invasion?
What happened is you're looking at it from the wrong
How's
point of
Iraq
view.
doing
Wait,
since the
you're asking me a
invasion?
question. You want me to answer?
Sure.
Yeah, then let me talk.
All right.
Okay. What's happening is right now we are invaded already. We have Cuba is invading Venezuela.
The elected government has welcomed Cuban doctors. That's why you have no illiteracy in
No.
Venezuela.
Are you
'cause
kidding
Cuban
me?
volunteers.
Oh my God! What you're using is a leftist narrative that is called the blind leftist narrative.
Okay. But you want the U.S. military to roll into your country.
If anybody lifts the flag and says revolution, you will blindly go and give him support.
No.
It's ridiculous.
But so continue. You said you want the U.S. military to invade Venezuela.
At this point, so many people are desperate that they will say yes. If you make an election, they will say yes. Please come in.
So how has Iraq been since the U.S. invaded? How has Iraq been since? What about Libya? How's Libya been since the USA invaded?
Those are different situations.
Afghanistan, how they've been since the USA invaded?
Those are different.
How about
situations.
Honduras since the USA overthrew the elected leader? Honduras has become a mess of drug cartels. But you want to do that to your own country.
Right now, yes, because
right now you would prefer
invasion,
what's happened to Honduras, what's happened to Iraq, what's happened to Libya to happen to your country.
Yeah, because I tell you what, Venezuela has a long history with the United States.
Now, what about the photo of Juan Guaido with the drug cartel? Are you concerned about this guy?
Not concerned at all.
The President of the United States has picked the President of your country. No one has voted for Juan Guaido. He's never run for election. Donald Trump declares him the President of your country. He hangs out with drug cartels.
He's not hanging out with drug cartels.
You haven't seen the photos? So it's fake.
I've seen the pictures.
Didn't Chavez wipe out illiteracy in the country?
No.
No, there's still illiteracy. The UN is lying to cover up for Chavez.
Look,
this is a big conspiracy you're describing. I mean, the UN is in it, Jimmy Carter's in it, everyone's involved trying to make Chavez look good. You know, it's weird. It's this big, vast plot you're describing. Can you tell me how big this conspiracy is?
No, it's huge, actually.
It's huge.
Yeah.
And who is running it?
I don't know.
So there you have it, folks, right? All kinds of blatantly false statements. Right? Just all kinds of things that are just ridiculously outrageous, no way conceivably true, right? I mean, it's unbelievable. But most Americans will hear these kind of people talk and not know any facts about it and say, oh yeah, well the media says Maduro's bad and they're from there, I guess I gotta believe them. These folks are blatant liars. They are saying things that are not conceivably true. They are regime change activists. And the important point that really needs to be made about these folks, more than anything, is that these anti-Maduro Venezuelans, they say they love America. They say they love the United States. They say, oh, you know, we love the United States. We want Venezuela to be just like the United States, but they don't. They don't. They don't love the United States. They love the global financial oligarchy. They love capitalism. They love big banks and corporations. And what they want is more Americans, people from Ohio, people from Texas, people from Iowa, young Americans to go and die, just like they died in Iraq, just like they died in Afghanistan. They want more Americans to die in a new war in order to reclaim Venezuela for Wall Street and Western capitalism. They don't love America. They love capitalism, they love greed, they love the billionaires and the bankers. These people are not our allies and they're not our friends. What they want is a new war. They want more instability. They want a bigger global refugee crisis. They're not friends of America. They're not friends of America's working families.